Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, VISD appointed a new District 2 trustee at a special board meeting. We have who has taken office. And UPS has potentially avoided a crippling strike. The shipping giant has reached a tentative labor deal with Teamsters. The details on the deal are ahead. Plus, a major scare for LeBron James and his family yesterday after his eldest son, Bronny James, went into cardiac arrest while at practice at USC. More on his condition this morning coming up on Sunrise.
And this half hour back in Cuero once again, and seeing the light in the sky, sun's up, and a few clouds in the distance, otherwise clear skies this morning. Nice and sunny conditions will lead to hot temperatures today and maybe some rain chances. We'll take a look at both coming up.
A Little League softball team is hoping to keep its Little League World Series hopes alive. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
I'm Trey Money.
And today it's the 26th day of July 2023. And let's see, it is Disability Independence Day. So we want to celebrate those who have been able to work around their disabilities and gain some sense of independence.
Very much so, very much so. Everyone's a hero.
Definitely. And if you're, living life with a disability, you need to remember that you are valued, you are loved. It can be very difficult on the mental health there.
Exactly, very much so. And heat today, ooh, tell you what, another hot day, maybe some rain shower could cool you off if you're lucky. They could be in your neighborhood, so we'll take a look at that and look at the temperatures coming up for the Crossroads region. Once again, there's a live view from Cuero, and I'll take a look at the temperature, 77 degrees. We're pretty much hanging on with that number. It had been for the last hour or two, but that'll be changing rapidly. The sun comes up, which it already has begun to do, really heating up the atmosphere, and we'll be near the triple digits coming up by air temperature time in the afternoon. Heat index values above 100 degrees again today. Dew points in the mid 70s, very humid, 96% humidity, almost saturated out there in the atmosphere, but the moisture is definitely there. Still a weak, very weak boundary over the region. That and the daytime heat is all we need to get a rain shower or two started in the atmosphere. There's a lot of dry air in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere that's preventing a widespread outbreak of rainfall. So it's just isolated at best, so we'll keep that in mind. Temperatures you saw there in the 70s, mainly from Victoria northward and all the locations of the Cuero area to Florida, Hallettsville, and down to Beeville. Speaking of Beeville, Bee County, Aransas County, San Patricio counties to the south and west, heat advisory in effect at 12 noon until 7 p.m. And if you remember, you've been watching Sunrise for quite a while, the heat advisories normally including all of the Crossroads counties. Not the case today. I think because of the cloud cover we're going to continue to have today, maybe a passing rain shower in the forecast, will keep us just under the criteria for a heat advisory. But that doesn't mean you need to let your guard down. If you watch the weather, of course, and also make sure you take frequent breaks if you're outside. So it's going to be high triple digit heat index value for us, and watch out for everybody else that may be out there. Don't let anybody get a heat-related illness. Your full forecast comes around a little bit later on, again, this half hour. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. Bridget Marshall is the school district's new District 2 trustee. She was appointed by the VISD board to the position yesterday during a special meeting. Marshall will replace Dr. Estela de los Santos, who resigned from the position earlier this month. Marshall has 20 years of experience in education and says she plans to use that experience in her new role. Marshall has lived and worked in Victoria her whole life. Bay City police are cracking down on illegal activity in the city. Last Friday, a 39-year-old man was taken down during a search and seize at a home in the 2900 block of Avenue I. Almost 9 pounds of cocaine, about 34 grams of pills believed to be fentanyl, 2 AR rifles and 3 pistols were seized during the operation. 39-year-old James Andrews faces 2 drug charges and a felon in possession of a firearm charge. He was transported and booked into the Matagorda County Jail. It looks like a Teamsters strike was avoided after the labor union reached a tentative deal with UPS Tuesday. The International Brotherhood of Teamsters, which represents about 330,000 UPS employees in the U.S., has reached a 5-year tentative collective bargaining agreement. The deal says existing full and part-time employees will receive a $2.75 per hour raise this year and $7.50 more per hour over the life of the contract. Also, it calls for air conditioning and cargo ventilation for delivery vehicles. And all UPS Teamsters will receive Martin Luther King Jr. Day as a full holiday for the first time. Representatives of the 176 UPS Teamster locals will meet on July 31st to review and recommend the tentative agreement. And members will vote on the deal from August 3rd through August 22nd. The eldest son of NBA superstar LeBron James is recovering this morning after suffering cardiac arrest during basketball practice Monday. A statement released by a family spokesperson says Bronny James received immediate care from the athletic and medical staff at USC. He was then taken to the hospital and placed on ICU. Thankfully, James, who is an incoming freshman with the USC Trojans, is now out of the ICU and is in a stable condition. LeBron James and his family are asking for respect and privacy at this time. American swimming star Katie Ledecky has tied swimming legend Michael Phelps' record by winning a 15th career individual world swimming title. She did it in the 1500 meter freestyle at the World Championship in Japan. The 26-year-old cruised to an easy win, finishing 17 seconds faster than the second place swimmer finishing 17 seconds faster than the second place swimmer from Italy. As you can see in this video, Ledecky finishes while no other swimmer was even in frame. Ledecky says she feels like she's getting better every time she swims, making her a gold medal favorite for next year's Olympics. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:36 on your Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. Continuing coverage on a story we brought to you back in June about an oak tree that fell on several vehicles.
I'm ABC's Justin Finch in Washington with a look ahead at Hunter Biden's scheduled court appearance and plea deal and Republican reaction to what they're calling special treatment for the president's son. That story ahead.
Index value starting off in the 90s, most areas coming up by about 7 a.m. or so, 102 by about lunchtime or so, to 105 to 106, and about the afternoon hours, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, and cooling after that. So be careful out there. Some slight rain chances today as well. How long will the rain chances last? Find out in the full forecast.
Hi, I'm Detective Kelly Gibbs with the Victoria Police Department. Victoria Crime Stoppers is seeking information about an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. On Sunday, July 16th, around 11:20 p.m., a shooting occurred at a residence at the 4100 block of Callis Street. A 34-year-old male resident was shot by an unknown male after a fight between the two men took place at the location. The suspect is described as a black male with a scruffy beard, dreadlocks, with the last seen running to a white car. The victim was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. If you have any information, call Victoria Crime Stoppers at 361-572-4200. You can also submit a tip by using the P3 Tip app on your Android or Apple device, or by visiting crimestoppersvictoria.com. All tips are anonymous, and if you give information that leads to an arrest or charges being filed, you could earn a cash reward. With the Victoria Police Department, I'm Detective Kelly Gibbs.
And good morning once again. It's just about 20 minutes away from 7 a.m. And the temperatures today, definitely the feel like temperature, the heat index is going to be the big weather issue today. It's going to be another downright hot one by the time we get to the afternoon. Let's run this model all the way through to 10 a.m. 102 here and there, and most of the region of the crossroads, and even down to the immediate coast. And then later on in the day, by the time I get to about 1 o'clock or so, 106 to 107, and that'll continue right on through the 4, 5, 6 p.m. hour, before it begins to reduce as the sun goes down. And our high yesterday was 99 degrees in Victoria, low 76 degrees, almost near normal for our normal low, way above our normal high of 96 degrees. Record today 105, way back in 1954 there, not expected to break that record, of course. But look here, over 3 inches now in building on the rain below normal for our region here, Victoria specifically. We should have by this time of year. So we definitely need this. There'll be some rain chance around, but I don't think it's anywhere going to bring us up to normal. But will your neighborhood see a rain shower chance? We'll find that out coming up in the full forecast to come before we go this half hour. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. A local football team is looking to go perfect. Sports Director Gina Perez has the details.
Howdy Crossroads, the Industrial Major Little League softball team, also known as Texas East, is hoping to stay alive and make it to the Little League World Series. The girls from Industrial took on the state champions from Colorado, and it was pure domination. From the jump, the girls in gray had a conga line at the plate, hitting double after triple after double to bring in 4 runs in an instant to go up 4-0 after the first inning of play. Texas East continued to add to it and scored 8 runs in total while only allowing 1. Now Texas East will play New Mexico at 10 a.m. today. The game can be watched on ESPN+. A 6 and under softball team in Victoria named The Chosen finished its season yesterday. The young athletes had 2 games and they needed to win both if they wanted to go undefeated the entire season. In the early game, Chosen won 8-7. In the later game, they would win 14-5 to complete its perfect season. That's your 25 Sports Now.
All right, thank you, Gino. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, is scheduled to appear before a Delaware federal judge today. The younger Biden is expected to plead guilty to misdemeanor tax charges and enter a pretrial diversion program to avoid a felony gun conviction charge.
This morning, Hunter Biden, son of President Joe Biden, set to appear in a Wilmington, Delaware federal courtroom. The culmination of a years-long Justice Department criminal probe resulting in a plea agreement requiring the 53-year-old plead guilty to misdemeanor tax charges and enter a court-ordered program to avoid a felony charge of possessing a gun as a drug addict.
There cannot be one set of laws if your last name is Biden and another set of laws for law-abiding Americans.
Despite Trump-appointed federal prosecutor David Weiss leading the Hunter Biden investigation, House Republican leadership have long alleged the younger Biden is getting special treatment. Attorney General Merrick Garland defending Weiss's investigation and decision not to prosecute.
I'd say he was given complete authority to make all decisions on his own.
Now, the New York Times is reporting that there's an effort underway to get Hunter Biden's deal thrown out. The Times says Republican House Ways and Means Committee Oversight Chair Jason Smith and conservative groups filed briefs in hopes of convincing the Delaware judge to reject Hunter Biden's plea agreement, arguing that it's tainted after 2 IRS whistleblowers testified before Congress about the investigation. In a letter to Senate Republicans this month, Weiss refutes all allegations of political interference.
U.S. attorney was a Trump attorney. This is their opinion. It was not the opinion of the others there.
And Hunter Biden is due in federal court later this morning. The White House not saying if any of his family will join him. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Leading us to your viewer poll today, we want to know, do you think Hunter Biden is receiving special treatment? Okay, let's take a look. 77% of you said yes, and 23% of you say no. We want to keep hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. Continuing coverage on a story we brought to you back in June about an oak tree that fell on top of several City of Goliad vehicles. The removal of the tree cost the city $19,000. The Goliad Advance Guard reports 3 city vehicles were damaged. Insurance claims are filed on the 3 vehicles and a portion of a building that was damaged. Goliad Mayor Brenda Moses said insurance should pay for part of the tree removals. The time is now 6:45 on your Wednesday morning. Still to come, the FDA says it's turning its attention to a postpartum depression pill to see if it's safe and effective. All right, time to celebrate some birthdays. Get that man some satisfaction. Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger with a birthday today. He's 80.
All right, and Miss Congeniality is celebrating a birthday today. Superstar actress Sandra Bullock is 59. Happy birthday. See your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise. Come to crossroadstoday.com and click on More and Under Home. You'll see the KVU. Submit your birthday.
Very easy to submit a birthday there. The time is now 6:45 on your Wednesday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning. It's almost 10 minutes away from 7 a.m. and this is the predicted rainfall coming up for the next few days. Starting today, let me get out of the way so you can see the day here. And we'll have light amounts, well less than the quarter of an inch throughout the majority of the region today and tomorrow, and through your day on Friday as well. It'll be very isolated, scattered at best, and picking up maybe a little bit over about Saturday or so, keeping slight rain chances in, building a little bit more westward as we get through your Sunday. So we'll keep the small rain chances in and help to cool us off a little bit because we're going to need it. Look at these anticipated heat index values coming up by your morning time, 7 o'clock. 80s to near 90 degrees, especially on the coast and the inland areas. We're going to add up there to Cuero as well. And then we'll see few rain showers here and there in the coastal waters to start off with, and get the daytime heating going in the interior areas. And that with a very weak front over the region stationary front is a lifting mechanism that get those rain showers going. So definitely we'll be seeing a few of those today. And the heat will continue, however, at 97 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, got a rain shower and storm in the afternoon, best chances. Overnight lows be in the upper 70s. For day tomorrow, once again in the 90s, 97, 98 degrees, hot temperatures. And it'll take us through the rest of the week with slight rain chances each day. And highs near the 100 degree mark, a few degrees under that. Lows in the 70s.
Stillbirth rates are holding steady after an increase during the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic. That's from a new report from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Stillbirths were trending down for decades in the U.S. until the rate ticked back up in 2020. Now the new data shows a second year of stalled progress. The rates are nearly the same in 2021, with more than 21,000 stillbirths reported. That's nearly 6 for every 1,000 pregnancies at 20 weeks or later. Data from the World Bank says the U.S. has a higher stillbirth rate than about 36 other countries. The FDA says it's turning its attention to a postpartum depression pill to see if it's safe and effective. The federal agency has granted the pill priority review. The designation means the FDA plans to use its resources not only to evaluate the drug's safety, but its effectiveness when it comes to treating postpartum depression. The companies Sage Therapeutics and Biogen, which produce the drug, which has to be taken daily and used over the course of 2 weeks. Results from a phase 3 trial of the pill did report seeing significant improvements in patients in depressive symptoms. The FDA is expected to analyze those findings as part of its review. That could make a decision. It could make a decision and take action on approval by August 5th. No one became a super mega millionaire from Tuesday night's lottery drawing. The Mega Millions lottery says no one matched the winning numbers for its jackpot. That means the fund now grows to an estimated $910 million with a cash option of just over $464 million. If won, this would be the 5th largest jackpot in Mega Millions history. The next drawing is on Friday. While no one won the jackpot, other ticket holders did manage to match enough balls to win a prize, including one person in Texas who matched all 5 white balls and the Megaplier to win $4 million. To check and see if you're the winner, here are the draw numbers: 3, 5, 6, 44, and 61. And the gold Mega Ball was 23. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. Something that started off as a typical traffic stop developed into a major bust. Colorado authorities are searching for the lone remaining escaped inmate still at large. Authorities say Mark Fox and 3 other inmates broke out of the Bent County Jail Sunday. Since then, 2 are back in custody, and the 3rd individual was found dead of a possible drug overdose. That's from the county's Office of Emergency Management. The 46-year-old Fox is described as 6 foot, 4 inches tall, and around 200 pounds. Authorities say he should be considered dangerous. Bent County is nearly 200 miles southeast of Denver. Something that started off as a typical traffic stop developed into a major bust. Authorities in Bexar County pulled over a vehicle Tuesday morning. The deputies discovered a kilo of cocaine inside the vehicle. That led authorities to get a warrant for the suspect's house, and once inside, they found 5 Mexican migrants hiding in an attic. There are also hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash, weapons, and a stolen truck at the residence. The owner of the house was taken into custody. Charges are pending, but the Bexar County Sheriff's Office says the man could face multiple counts of human smuggling. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin is in Papua New Guinea today. It's the first time a U.S. Defense Secretary has visited the island nation. He will meet with Prime Minister James Marape, Defense Minister Win Bakary and Defense Secretary Hari John Akipe, and Chief of Defense Major General Mark Goyna during his trip. Following his visit to Papua New Guinea, Secretary Austin will travel further south to Australia, where he will join Secretary of State Antony Blinken to meet their counterparts for the 33rd annual Australia-United States ministerial consultations. The national average price for a gallon of regular gasoline surged by 4 cents on Tuesday to $3.64 a gallon. AAA says it's one of the biggest one-day increases since June 7th, 2022. But gas prices are much lower today than they were last summer when they spiked above $5 a gallon. This follows a jump in oil prices. AAA Texas reports gas prices in Victoria jumped 10 cents in one day. The average price per gallon is now $3.21. Drivers who take DuPont Bridge will need to seek alternate routes today and tomorrow. That's due to TxDOT conducting an inspection over the barge canal. The bridge will have restricted access today and tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Today and Friday, Ben Wilson Street will close between Airline Road and Red River Street from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's so crews can continue pouring concrete. All businesses and homes in the construction zone will remain accessible, and it's part of the $7.2 million Ben Wilson Street Airline Road to U.S. Highway Business 59 project. Pack the Bus registration is underway for children in need of school supplies. You can register to get supplies online at Faith Family Church's website, myfcc.com/packthebus. Supplies will also be given Saturday, August 5th at the Faith Family location on Mockingbird. For questions about registration, stop by the church Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to noon or call 361-573-2484. National Bookstores and Texas Bookstores and a National Bookseller Associations. They're filing a lawsuit over House Bill 900, which requires book vendors to rate books on appropriateness and ban sexually explicit material from school libraries. Read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. All right, and we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. And now, Trey, we're searching for some signs of precipitation. Do we see any?
Well, there's some little clues out there that will be going by late in the morning and afternoon time. And so we'll keep a slight chance in. You could see a little bit of that. 97 degrees today. No matter where you go, it's going to be hot. Triple-digit heat index values, scatter rain, shower, and storm. Overnight lows will be in the upper 70s or so. Mostly clear skies and humid. And for your day tomorrow, pretty much like today, in the upper 90s. Triple-digit heat index value today. Southerly winds, partly cloudy skies, scatter rain, shower, and storm in the forecast. Small chances, 30 and 20%. But that'll take us through the rest of the time period you see right here. Pretty much the forecast is including a slight rain chance each day with highs in the upper 90s or so, lows in the 70s, of course. And try your best to stay cool and make it a great day today. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and be sure to join us tonight for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10 with James, Don, Matt, Karina, and Gino.